Here, a young man from Westbrook is dead after drowning in a pond on Tumbledown Mountain. The Department of Inland Fisheries and Wildlife says Bogdan Dosov was swimming with a group after hiking yesterday afternoon. Officials say he started to struggle and went underwater. Witnesses pulled him out, called 911, and started CPR. Officials say the Forest Service responded and emergency crews also gave CPR, but Dosov passed away at the scene.
A man is facing charges after police say he set 2 fires at the same home in Standish. The state fire marshal's office says that Timothy Nichols is accused of arson and failing to report a fire. Last month, investigators determined 2 fires on River Meadows Drive were set on purpose. The fire marshal's office says the second fire destroyed a garage at the home. No one was hurt in either one.
The trial continues today for a woman from Burnham accused of animal cruelty. Alexis Ingraham has pleaded not guilty. The jury heard opening statements yesterday. Prosecutors say Ingraham is responsible for creating what witnesses described as horrible living conditions for dogs, cats, and horses in her care. The district attorney says a horse had to be put down due to an infection. A woman who was asked to watch Ingraham's animals testified that 5 puppies were left outside in a livestock trailer during the winter. She also claimed that many of the animals on Ingraham's property appeared very unhealthy. Prosecutors say Ingraham knowingly allowed the conditions and is responsible for the animals' suffering.
I'm going to ask you to come back with a verdict of guilty and find Alexis Ingraham guilty of aggravated cruelty to animals and cruelty to animals for what she did and what she didn't do, for her depraved indifference, her outrageous and brutal and revolting and shocking conduct to these animals.
Ingraham's defense attorney waived his opening statements. He later argued the dogs were not house animals and had already spent months outside. Officials say they expect the case to wrap up tomorrow.
An initiative to address gun violence in Lewiston is getting underway. The city announced the initiative last month and it officially launched yesterday. It's called the Community Engagement and Accountability Initiative. The community engagement piece focuses on getting more officers on the streets on foot and on bikes. Police are also parking a mobile unit in different parts of the city. Lieutenant Derek St. Laurent says staffing shortages have made community policing difficult in the past. City Administrator Brian Cainrath says the city is paying officers overtime to make this happen. City councilors approved $200,000 in funding last week to make it possible. Cainrath says the accountability piece focuses on making changes at the legislative level.
Empowering our local DAs to be part of decision making when it comes to releasing some of these repeat offenders, and also giving the court system more tools to possibly detain some of those more violent repeat offenders.
Cainrath says city officials plan to meet with local lawmakers next week to discuss possible legislative changes.
Kennebunk Town Hall will be back open today after it closed yesterday due to a bomb threat. Police say the assessor's office and Kennebunk Fire Rescue share a building, and they both received an email about the threat. The building was evacuated. Investigators say they found no evidence of any explosives, and the threat likely came from out of state. If you know anything about this, police ask you to give them a call at 207-985-6121.
State police are investigating after a suspicious package was opened yesterday inside the Maine Revenue Services building in Augusta. State police say the person who handled the package moved it outside and called 911. Capitol Police and the State Police Bomb Squad responded and the building was evacuated. Police say there was nothing dangerous inside that package.
The Bangor Fire Department has a new chief. On Monday, the City Council voted to appoint Eric Pelletier to the role. He has been serving as interim chief since Jeffrey Lowe resigned in June. The city manager describes Pelletier as an extremely dedicated public servant. He has previously worked for the Herman Fire Department and started working in Bangor in 2005. He was named deputy fire chief in 2018.
A Lewiston-based thrift store that supports low-income Mainers is now expanding. Leaders with the nonprofit Caden's Kitchen say Alter 207 will soon operate out of 2 locations in Auburn. A new retail space is opening at the Auburn Mall, and leaders say they're planning to open a processing facility on Mount Auburn Avenue. That's where workers will sort through donations and get them ready to be sold. The store first opened last year in the former Schmenge's Bar and Grill building in Lewiston.